Today's athletes have promised us a war. Let's see if they deliver. A perfect counter shot. Punch, counter punch. Straight right just misses. Missing with the hook. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. Those counter punches have to hurt. There's nothing quite like a fight night at night under the stars.
It's been a long, long day, Todd. They've been drinking, they've been out in the sun, they've been having a good time. But this is what they've been waiting for. This crowd can be very unpredictable. And by the sense...
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Terrence Crawford just got rocked. Disaster averted, it seems. We continue on.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter. Nice counter shot. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. That counter shot lands. So close with that uppercut. Good counter punching. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
The jab slightly off target. Just gets out of the way of that right uppercut. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Leaves the knockout.
And there's the bell for round two. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every switch.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Us a second to catch our breath. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. We hear that old phrase, second win. You've got to find it somehow.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Well done with that counter shot. Swing and a miss with that hook. That left hook missed. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
You know, you've been in fights like that. When you think you come...
There's the bell to start round 3. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then, put the pressure on.
They both want a highlight reel knockout. Johnny, you know there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive. How does he exploit that?
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
This is a high-octane battle. Swing and a miss with the hook. Failing to score with that right hook. You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
It's always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
That jab won't score. This fight has a real good flow to it. That hook was off target. And he connects with that cross. They exchange punches. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. At this, there's the bell for round 4. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
When you you've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses, how do you deal with it?
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
And that left hook doesn't find its target. Swing and a miss with the jab. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
Pod, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show him your boxing skills. Step out the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain over brawn.
Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
And he misses with that straight left. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. Misses with the straight left. That uppercut misses. Can't score with that jab. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
There's a lot on the line here.
Let him get back into this. You're better than this.
On to the fifth we go. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
That counter punch caught him clean. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
He threw the hook, didn't land. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. And that jab just missed with the left hand. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point.
Whoa, Johnny, take a look at this action. Crawford in trouble. And it appears they weathered the storm. How, I'm not sure.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Skill for skill. Tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. How about that time counter shot? Both men step back for just a moment. Having a hard time finding a home with that right uppercut. Swinging big and missing big with that hook. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down. This is the beginning of round 6. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
You don't see a lot of welterweights that can bring you one-punch KO power that these two can.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
A lot of effort being exerted here. Left hook just missed. Just missed with that hook. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Got out of the way of that right hook. Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed, they're confident, they know they just have to quick burst, boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed, and that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. How much cardio was put in for this fight? It may come down to that.
You cannot gas out if you prepared right.
You're much better in this spot.
Here we go. It's round 7. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
What were they doing that round? Are they trying to get an early out? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
Nobody home with that hook. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
This can be so frustrating when you're in such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Good counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Missed him with that uppercut. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tail. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
You'd like to see more jabs. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
This could be really intimidating, Todd, if you know somebody's got the punch power.
Oh my goodness, I want to see that one more time.
I've got to see that again.
1, 2, 3, 4. You still want to fight?
Final 10 seconds here, unless something major happens. I think we all know who won that one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. Well, this is a very important break here for this fighter.
Don't worry about that round.
Round 8, and we're off again. Is this the beginning of the end after 2 knockdowns last round?
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Knocked down twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
The straight right just misses. Both men step back for just a moment. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Hook misses. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket him.
You'd like to see more jabs. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Straight right just misses. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. No surprise as we get a